I did. I started in a nebula. Absolutely gorgeous system. We've got a couple systems alike, in fact. We've got one over here as well. This is very, very interesting nebula. You can see the sort of weave of the space that's moving around. Though I was told that there is now a setting which I can use to stop edge scroll. I can apply. This is amazing. I can move my screen off my mouse off the screen without the screen moving around. Oh, happiest of days. Truly, one of the best additions. Much the same over here. You can kind of see the ebb and flow of gravity and magnetism taking shape, molding this nebula into something wondrous. Or perhaps, well, given that there is actually a star in the middle, it's not so much molding the nebula into a star. It's more that the nebula is being blasted out from the point of a star. Hey, Akasa, how are you doing? Oh, only 3 sleepy bears. Were they yawning? Were they cute? I bet they were. How are you? Are you one of the sleepy bears, Kasa? It's getting late for you. How are you doing, sweetie? I hope your leg is feeling better. Kasa has been through the wars. She fought a hill. I like to believe the castle won, but I suspect that the hill may have come off a little bit better in that engagement. Those hills are tricksy, yep. Hello, Army Lover, how you doing? You just gave the hill a chance to give up. You know, let it keep face. Yeah. Cassidy is nothing if not magnanimous in these trying times. All right, okay. As I recall, we'd only really started to expand out. We've already found quite a few other nations, other empires, but there's like half a galaxy's worth still. And we had just fought our first war and ended up with an extra system out of it, which I was somewhat pleased by, though I had really hoped to take 2 specifically, or 3 in fact, but we'll see. We managed to cleave off a little bit, but it was at a reasonably high cost to us. There are a couple of systems that we can continue to expand into, which will be nice. We have a great deal of space to expand into down here, because this is a fallen empire, so they're not going to be expanding out. I just don't want to cause any tension with them. That being said, there are some resources that I would like to have nearby. Okay, time to take off my makeup and sleeps now. Work in the morning, my knee is fine. Itchy, so healing. So is all good. Oh, I'm glad to hear that it's actually starting to itch rather than just hurt now. Take care, sweetheart. Say hello to Noodle for me. No star. All right. Neutral fleets. Deep space flotilla. Got a couple of fleets moving around. A good couple of fleets. We had our allies join in with the war. It actually was necessary. They did lose quite a lot unfortunately in this system as well. So the enemy are going to get quite a lot of stuff that they're going to be able to research. But for the most part, they didn't get anything from us that they'd be able to research. We came out research very much in the lead in terms of research gained from that war. We came up very, very much in the lead with that. But our fleets are kind of hobbling home. They hurt. They definitely hurt. Yep. Much badness. Bubbles is hanging out there as well. Honestly, the best name. Truly. I'm sure Waterproof Bubbles would agree. I haven't caught up on the YouTube vids. Is there still a science ship? Amy Pine. There. Yep, on screen right now, in fact. Sign ship Amy Pie. Now, did we name? Yeah, I'm fairly certain we named Jezza. You are currently not doing a whole lot, but I can now tell you to do automatic surveying, so yeah, enjoy. Knock yourself out. Not literally. Try not to knock you, literally. Yeah, please don't. You can. Go ahead. As can... Are you checking that out? You are. Okay, that's fine. So that means you can go ahead and start doing automatic surveying as well. Let's get it. Let's get the whole galaxy peeked at where we can. Yeah, I'm fairly certain the Jez was named after Jez 43. Yeah. Typical. I'm not doing any way. To be fair, you were doing a lot of work, Jezza. Let me find you again. Yeah. You had just gotten to the other side of a galactic empire and was starting to branch out and explore in that direction. So no, you're doing some good work. Very good work. All right. Now then, we've got one observation post, but we are very kind, so we're not allowed to do aggressive observation. So we're not likely to see XCOM anytime soon. Also, if we want to become the Crisis, we cannot be xenophiles. So if we want to explore the Nemesis content of this DLC, there are two options to us. One, we can woo a faction that is going to drag our governing ethics away from xenophilia. Or two, we go more of the Palpatine route and the whole I am the Senate. Okay? Those are the two options that we have. Hello, Shadowstar. How are you doing, mate? Indeed. And you know what? You know what is the best about this race? Is that our leader can do no wrong. Because our leader is blameless. By definition. Blameless Zen Muffin can do no wrong. For blameless Zen Muffin is, by virtue of leading our people, blameless. And I'm fairly certain that if... I can't remember if it's blameless male leaders and innocent female leaders, or just blameless across the board, but either way. We can do no wrong. For we do not know what wrong is. Now, I am tempted, reasonably tempted, to start colonizing these worlds. This one would be within our borders, and that would be nice. Empire sprawl would go up. Technology cost is +3. But, it's kind of nice to have more colonies. I'm not going to lie. This one is... It's more of a farming world. Well, it's kind of a bit of a mix. It's not really a particularly good world in any real fashion. This one is quite a nice industrial world, though. And this one is definitely the one that our people could colonize. This one's already within our borders. I'm tempted. What do you think, chat? Should we go grab more worlds? Even if they were not blameless, who's going to blame a Zen Muffin, of all things? That is true. That is true. Yeah. Empire Sprawl... Now, when the update first came out that added Empire Sprawl and made it really, tightly aggressive, or rather more aggressive than the equivalent feature was before we had something like Empire Sprawl, I used to avoid going over Empire Sprawl like the plague, and that made for very tall empires. But not always... better empires, I'll be honest with you. I mean, my Mouse fan, blameless to me doesn't mean can do no wrong, it means doesn't face the consequences. But if you're blameless, then no blame can be assigned to you. Therefore, by definition, you're not responsible for anything. Whatever happened, it's not your fault, for you are blameless. Just not facing the consequences implies that you are to blame for the consequences. You're just not accepting the outcome. You're to blame for the situation. You're just refusing to resign from your position if it was something bad. But if you are blameless, then you can't have done anything wrong. Otherwise, you would be blamed. You're blameless until you're dead, and then they can blame all the things. Oh, maybe our race has some sort of like animism, scapegoat like animism. It's like, yeah, in life you're without blame. You can do no wrong by virtue of who you are. But the moment you die, all of the blights and all of the plagues and all of the bad things that were previously unblameable and perhaps have now already been assigned and attributed to someone else. Now they are all your fault. And when you die, you take the consequences with you. Maybe that's why we're a death cult. When people commit ritual suicide, they're accepting all of the wrong. All of the things that we have done wrong, all of the things that have been, the bad things that have happened to us, they are accepting all of that onto themselves, and they are taking it from our mortal empire. I like this. This is an interesting idea. This is not as good of a world, but it is within our borders. So, we could have Kithin. It wouldn't be good for either of the Uvazanthi? Uvazanthi? Who on earth are the Uvazanthi? I feel I need to check this. Which species are within our empire? It's not the glowing beetle. No. Oh. Okay. So the Kithin are our allies. The Great Zavani autocracy. But how do I have those pops on my planet already? I must do. If I can go ahead and set that up, I must have them already. Let's go and have a check. No. Also no. I'm not sure about this. I don't understand. Either way, though, someone did a thing. Shadowstar, thank you so much for the tip there. A small tip to help offset the cost of series mode. Oh, that is incredibly kind of you. That is fantastic. It's not necessary, but thank you so much. That really means a lot. I don't want anyone to feel obliged with that sort of thing. It's why I haven't mentioned the cost or anything like that. But that is a really, really nice gesture. Thank you. Who was that? Alert pop-ups are not working, Aavak. That was Shadowstar. I will call them out. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. The alert pop-ups are turned off for now. For sneaky future plan reasons. Take care, Road Train. I may have a migration treaty, so I can perhaps use their pops. That is a good point. Let me just double check that. We do have... Oh, right. So the moment we have a migration treaty, I can use their pops to fill out my... Sure. Okay. You are industrious, which is fine, and you also like Savannah. That is also fine. You know what? Sure. Right, we're going to need a name. We're going to need so many names. Oh, my lord. Right, I'm going to turn on naming game. By all means, fill out names. If at the end of the stream I haven't used them, I will refund them. But I will refund them at the end of the stream. And sometimes when I just feel like it, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Right, okay. Mr. Crazy Sailor. Crazy Sailor Prime. Or maybe we'll just go with Sailor Prime. Oh, no. I need to check something. You might hate me for this. Oh, thank goodness it is a planet. Because you know what I was going to name it if it wasn't. You know what I was going to be named if it wasn't. There we go. And we will now call this Sailor Sun. Be thankful you were not a moon. Be thankful. You dodged a bullet. Okay, time for us to, at long last, unpause. Crazy Sailor Moon. It would have actually been Crazy Sailor Moon at that point as well, but it'll just be Sailor Sun and Sailor Planet for now. Right. Okay. Fleet repaired. Fleet repaired. Marvelous. What were we researching at the moment? Fusion reactor, fleet command limit, good. And the Starhold starbases. Okay. Ooh. The implant system is a sprawling graveyard of mechanical debris. The wreckage of untold numbers of derelict ships circle its star. Swaths of fuel and liquid coolant cloud our senses like ghosts, and creaking station remnants collide with the shattered carcasses of planets on their path around the sun. An incredible construct stirs in the heart of this graveyard. It appears to be a gigantic machine. A robotic automaton larger than our greatest battleships. We don't have any battleships, so that's easy, actually. But maybe it's bigger than the battleships of our most fevered dreams, which is significantly more impressive. Jerry-rigged from the scraps and pieces of 1,000 shipwrecks. The VS Jezza reports that this scavenging robot sifts through the debris field with a fixated purpose, scrounging for useful parts to add to its patchwork configuration. It is clear a battle of astronomical proportions once took place here. Though whether the scavenger is its sole survivor or a scrap hunter from some distant nation remains unknown. We should exercise caution as the construct bears heavy artillery from dozens of warships. Disconcerting. Disconcerting? What do you mean? Oh. That. Oh no, it happened to be right there. That is unfortunate. That is ultra unfortunate. It was literally at the gate. Well, rip Jezza and rip Misha Fish. How ungood. You were trying to get out. Alas, not fast enough, it seems. Misha Fish. I don't know who to say sorry. Who do we blame? The ship or the pilot piloting the ship? Is it Misha Fish's fault that Jezza is no longer there, or did Jezza just not perform as well as it could have in order to save Misha Fish? These are important questions. Very important questions, I will have you know.
A study has been completed.
I think I would like to reinforce our fleet, so go ahead. Also, fusion reactors. I shouldn't have clicked on that yet. Okay, well, new research then. We go with blue lasers. We're already a decent way through that one, actually. And that will further expand things. Basic combat roles would be nice, would give our ships a little bit more survivability. More shields would also give them a bit more survivability. But I think, ultimately, let's finish off blue lasers. Particle physicist we need. Do we have a particle physicist? No. No, we don't even have any physicists anymore. Most unfortunate. Okay, well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Thank you very much for the support. Cold Heart, thank you very much for the 20 months. Anti-Lad, thank you very much for the 2 months. Second month, best month. Hello, Aavak. It's been far too long since I've been able to catch one of your streams. Well, welcome back. And Ravenhawk, thank you very much for 6 months. And finally, Xenophanes, thank you for the 4. Very, very kind of you all. Diolch yn fawr. And Flame Pelt. I did miss your Prime sub earlier on. I do
A
apologize. Thank you very
special
much.
project is complete.
Ooh. Science Officer Saturn Dragoon has finished supervising the relocation of the Dathnak to their new home. A convoy of civilian freighters equipped with massive pressurized gas tanks ferried the gaseous beings across space and deposited them into the gas giant's atmosphere. Their ancient transmitter and scanner array were also brought along. Hail them. We are forever in your debt. This planet has exceeded our expectations. For the first time in generations, our young can frolic in the upper atmosphere without starting to glow. We have decided to call our new home Balderak, after your species. Future generations of Dathnak shall always know the name of their saviors. Well, that was lovely. Balderak, we are void singers. I kind of feel like, yeah, we are void singers, though. Really? I could have sworn... apologies. But it can be difficult to tell you solids apart. I'm afraid it's too late to change the name now, though. It has a nice ring to it, though. Don't you agree? Damn it. Good luck with your new home, you scallywags. Thank you again, dear friends. May the atmospheric currents always keep you aloft. Indeed, may they. Scallywags! My lord. Alright, let's get you out and about. Marvellous. Marvellous. What kind of systems have we got over there? Nothing too amazing. Ooh, what have we got? Reinforcements in transit. Good, good, good. Okay. Well, time for us to go and have a look at our ship designs. Well, Rachel, you should be upgraded. And you've now got a fantastic amount of spare power, which is very nice, to be fair. You're getting plus 3% evasion. Well, I mean, it's not quite 3%, but you're getting a lot from the excess power that you're producing. I could afford to upgrade your shields. And I think I will, actually. Let's upgrade the Rachel. A design with that name already exists. Do you want to overwrite the current design? Yeah. Yes? Because if I rename it Rachel Mark II, problem is, my current Rachel designs won't upgrade to it. So, future planet, you're already pretty well set up. We will be upgrading your laser soon. And Bitmage, you're already pretty well set up. But, we've now got destroyers! It's time for us to upgrade some destroyers. Amber Lover, yeah, it was a bit of a rip, that one, unfortunately. I'm gonna be off. Have fun all. Take care. Have a good one. Yeah, I can force a fleet to take a specific fleet out of the designer, but it is a lot of a potch. It is a lot of potch. We're gonna go with. Honestly, we could have some artillery destroyers, but I'm not as keen on artillery destroyers. Let's go for more gunships. Yeah, I like this a bit more. In terms of the we've got much lower damage lasers, realistically. So I'm more in favor of the medium coil guns and then the small red lasers. As for you, though, I could go for a reactor booster for that extra bit of oomph. How much power we got? We've got more than enough to add a good lot of this in. And then pom. We don't need to use that then, and later on we can add an afterburner or something like that. Because we don't need the reactor booster. Evasion is only 35%, but it's got a lot more shield points as a result of this. So we need a name. This one shall be the Apple Fumble. And auto upgrade, please. The Apple Fumble Destroyer has now been made, which means we're now going to get rid of the Arcola. There we are. Goodbye. Now we want another. Now this is just mostly bang bang pow. So we want something that fits a different role. We could have artillery, but I'm not big on an artillery boat. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm much more in favor of a picket ship, I like having some degree of anti-missile. I don't know if our enemies are actually fielding missiles, though. So this may be a bit of a silly decision. No, we will go picket. At this point, sure. And we're going to go with flak at the back and sentinel point defense at the front. Energy siphon then as well, because that's just so much more powerful than the small red lasers there. I wonder why I couldn't put energy siphons on the others. I may have to have a look into that. But we should have enough power to plonk down a good couple of shields. And there we go. We've got another ship there. This one shall be the Keto. There we go. The Keto picket ship. Well, let's just double check that with the Apple phone. But can I not have... Oh, no, I can have the energy siphons. So let's have the energy siphons then. There we go. Done and done. It's just better. This 50% damage to shields. 50% damage to shields and 150 to armor, whereas this does 200% damage to shields and only 25 to armor. But that's fine because we are definitely fighting shield fleets. Having that ability to just strip those shields away, and then just the whole fleet can just plink on the armor. Once we've got some better lasers, then we'll have a look into that. But that's fine for now, I think. All right. Flak is decent in other roles than just fighters. Let me just quickly go over that. Unless that's changed. This has point defense energy. Click to show list of components. Oh, right click to remove. No. I thought it was saying I could compare, but range is 30. Range is 30. Tracking 10%. Tracking 50%. Accuracy 75. Accuracy 75. 1 to 2 damage. 1 to 3 damage. Flak does less damage to a fast-moving thing like a missile, more than likely, but it's not going to be incapable of hitting missiles. But the sort of things that the fleets that I'm going to be putting picket destroyers into are going to be dealing with fighters. I've got a picket corvette, and that's more for dealing with missiles anyway. I'm just thinking ahead with building the Keto, because it's going to just auto-upgrade as we go on. Now, with that said, we want to go into Fleet Manager. And this is 13 of 30. And I believe it's all the way up to 20. So I want to add a little bit more. I would like to upgrade the fleet. But also, I would like to add the Apple Fumble class. There we go. I think that will be wonderful. But I am completely open to advice with that kind of stuff, because it has been a long time since I played, and so if there are hidden mechanics like that, do let me know. Right. Now, what are all of our construction ships doing? They're not actually doing anything right now, so time for us to get them doing something. I don't have a system over here to make use of this, but that is quite a lot of materials. I wouldn't mind hooking up something around here to pull in the trade value of these systems. Maybe. This one is a decent one, though. It's good enough. We'll go ahead and we'll plant down an outpost there and start growing a little bit more. Oh, new tradition. Nice. Right. pop growth speed increased by 10%, might be nice. Starbase upkeep reduced by 20%, also nice. Empire sprawl from systems and colonies is reduced by 25%. Yes, please. Dunk. Let's have a look at how that affects it. That has pulled it down a good bit. Our technology is back to only costing 1% extra now. That is very nice. Ooh. We've received a communique from a previously unknown spacefaring empire that call themselves the Democratic Aurasian Consensus. They claim to have learned of our existence by listening on the communications of another empire we had contact with. Okay. Greetings from the Democratic Aurasian Consensus. First speaker, Jargim Den Subir, is our elected representative, but in truth, all citizens have a voice in our government. We strive to better ourselves through technology, a desire we hope you will respect. We're delighted to meet you. Okay, pump. Now, first and indeed foremost, Aavak, I know it's a long shot to ask. Do you plan on playing Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town? It's definitely on my list. Whether I get the time to play it, though, that's another matter entirely. So we'll see how that one goes. But it is definitely on my list, yes. Now then, where is my fleet heading? Okay, they're heading over to the base over there. Well, in that case, Bubbles, you go with. Please and thanks. Right, my ships are heading out. I could grab this world, I guess. Is that one worth having, though? I'm not sure. Uh-oh. Borders closed. Well, that's just... rude. They're suspicious. I guess we may as well close our borders with them in the same vein. There's no point in me keeping that open right now. Right, okay. Well, I've got one more envoy that I can apply somewhere. Let's have a quick look. What are we doing with our envoys? Because I haven't actually sent one out in a little while. Currently, we're in a pretty good position here. They speak like us. Oh, that's right. Yes, Darmok. Such a fantastic scenario, that one. I liked it a lot, actually. Right, well, let's have a look at the peeps that like us already, and then we'll decide where we're gonna place this envoy. We're improving relations there, or are we improving their relations, or are they improving ours? Doesn't show. We are improving relations, okay. There's no point in trying to improve it with the Fallen Empire. I mean, well, I guess there's a bit of point in it, but I'm not entirely certain that that would really help us out in the long run. You're too far away. You're not, though. Maybe becoming friends with you wouldn't be a bad idea. There's nothing we can do with you. We are observing you, but that's all so far. The Marauders, we can't do anything with you. Where are you currently located? You're very far away. I don't know. We could... They owe me a favor for some reason. Oh, it's because I gave them their ship. That's right, that's right. We're improving relations with the Chim commonality. But it's slow going. Has the Cassius Belli on us? For ideology. Yeah, they've got a Cassius Belli on lots of people, actually. I'm tempted to try and continue improving our relations with the Sirgog Prime. It's either that, or we keep you for potential espionage. Let's have a look at espionage. I don't really know much about it. Perhaps, actually, instead, what I could do... Do I have espionage going with the Hajim state? Yeah, they're very hostile, yes. We had a big old war, and it wasn't great. Yeah, we're already conducting espionage here. Got a decent amount. Daily progress plus 1.12. Target Empire Sprawl. What's the maximum that we can take this to? Current infiltration level is 50 out of 55, so we can actually push it a little bit further. We've got a couple of options. Ooh, armed privateers at 60. We've got help with anything to do with the... let's see. Spy network modifiers, maximum infiltration levels, subterfuge operation, and government operations. Steel technology. I think I would prefer to require an asset, though. Intel on the Hajim state will tend towards the highest of base intel 10, diplomatic pacts 10, from infiltration 50. We can tempt or coerce operatives and other assets who would be of use to our intelligence operations, recruiting them for a price. Assigning an asset to this operation may skew the results towards their interests. I don't think I want an asset helping us out with this, because I kind of want an asset with different abilities, honestly. Commence when ready. Launch. I want some more assets. I want a couple of agents that I'm going to be able to leverage against them. They're a potential... Well, they're a very high likelihood of war there. I probably need to do the same with all of their friends as well. Realistically, I'm not going to worry about them. They're teeny tiny, but you're a problem, and I'm going to assign another agent there to start gathering intel. Gain intel on them. I don't need the intel. What I would like is assets. Difficulty hell. Difficulty can be reduced by assigning an asset with modifiers corresponding to the type of operation. Difficulty will reduce the likelihood of getting successful results at the end of the operation phase. Each stage of the espionage operation can have a different difficulty value. No, just build up our overall intelligence there for a while. I think that's going to be the best thing. I think that's going to be the best one. These are my rivals right now, the entire hegemony, basically. I don't know if that counts as a single rivalry, or whether I'm using up all of my rivalries on that or not. I couldn't tell you with that one. But either way, that's where we're at right now. That is where we're at right now. Right, as for these peeps, I'm in a defensive pact with the Kithin Trade Union. I'm kind of tempted to offer a defensive pact with you guys. Are you... You're a target of Cassius Belli from the Democratic Osirian Consensus. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, though. We could probably be friends in that regard. They're friendly. Belligerent, though. This empire will attempt to bully weekend empires. They've got superior fleet power and superior economic power, which is not great. They are superior. I really do need to improve this. Infiltration level is generally going down. I stopped spying on them. That was maybe a bad move. Still, I think... I mean, ultimately, if we're going to be going the Palpatine route, let's see. They would accept a defensive pact. Now, I'd have to spend some of my influence for that, but having two people who will come into any war will dissuade people from declaring war on me, which would be nice. Yeah, let's form a defensive pact. It'll cost us a whole 1 influence per month, but... Oof. Okay, let's go ahead and confirm that. I would like to have 2 allies who will come to my aid in a war. And these will be the 2 people that I've got a border with at the north. The rest of it's going to be a little bit all over the place, but it's fine for now. I really wouldn't mind grabbing this world, and then we'll eventually move in there. we go. Defensive pact set up.
Completed.
Marvelous. Go ahead and build the mining stations, and then following that, build the research stations, please, and thank you.
Establishing new colony.
And new colonies establishing over at Sailor Planet. Ooh, High Kaiser can have a new building. Nice. What do we want over in High Kaiser, though? High Kaiser is it's basically an industrial world. It is so good for that purpose. It's really not much of anything else. I don't have any available jobs just yet, but a gene clinic might not be bad. Turns consumer goods into amenities and pop growth speed. This is a very large world, so it could sustain a big population. I could have a second sacrificial temple, though, if I wanted. If I really wanted to go that route, I could make more research labs, and that might be worth it for me. What do you think, Chat? Do you think we do you think I should put down more jobs like researchers and the likes, or have more sacrificial temples? I'll have at least one on every planet that we set up. That's gonna be a given. This one's going to be active for quite a long time more, so we can't activate any of the others just yet, but we will eventually get there. I could have an education campaign. Nah, not really necessary. May want to consider an admin cap world as well. See, I kind of feel that Phantom Hive would be good for that because it doesn't really stand out in any particular way here, but you're right. Maybe having just a pure admin cap world. And I'm currently turning it more into a lab world than anything else. But you're right. Maybe something along those lines. Having world specialization is sincerely good. High Kaiser is currently set as a generator world. Really? Does that do anything? My endless complex is generator district build speed and technician out. That is not right. That is not right. I think I would prefer this to be a ultimate colony designation selection. No, it's not a rule world. It's definitely going to be more of a yeah, we're probably going to set that up somewhere. Well, that being said, yeah, I guess I can't have my main world as an admin world because the main world is the capital world and it can't have a designation. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I think this one's going to be either an industrial world or a forge world. I'm leaning more towards alloys for the constant fleets. The thing is, if I do this, industrial district build speed, industrial districts will shift one job from consumer goods to alloy production if possible. That is actually quite a potent ability. I guess right now, it doesn't hurt to have this as a generator world, since I'm not doing anything with this yet. But ultimately, we're not going to really want that overall. We're going to want to be going heavy into industry here. So yeah, that does seem to make more sense to me overall. Maybe just gene clinics. Maybe just gene clinics. Just joined. From the title, I assume that Dark Aavak is leading the chat. Well, I mean... kind of. Can I have the description of the character you're playing? We are a death cult. We're not necrophages. We simply worship death. And so that in and of itself isn't inherently bad. We have syncretic evolution. So as far as we're concerned, we evolved on a planet where there were multiple sapient species. We ate most of them. We've got an anteater kind of vibe going on, and our domesticated, totally not a slave pop is an insectoid species. So in my mind, we just ate the smartest and most aggressive or most courageous of the population for numerous generations until we effectively encouraged the evolution of quite a docile, strong worker hive, and they now serve us. They're delicious, but we don't tend to eat them anymore. We just remember how delicious they once were. We are the death cult for Senpai. Yes, pretty much. There are two options in our empire. You live for the uwu, or you die for the ara. But yeah, we could definitely pop down another sacrificial temple, because honestly, those bonuses are pretty huge. Or, and this isn't even really that much of a concern for us right now, because we've already got too many jobs, so we're not going to place this down just yet. But there are options here. There are definite options. I want to turn this into an industrial world. That much is a given. I could build an administrative office and just have a couple here and there. Or, like I said earlier, the gene clinic. Where is the gene clinic? There we are. Just for the extra pop growth and amenities. I mean, that's kind of nice. It'll keep the population happy. In fact, yeah, let's go for it. That was a good slogan. I know, right? And it happened organically as well. Just came up. I love the ones that just kind of make themselves. They're the best sort. Ooh, okay. Commercial pact invitation. And non-aggression pact invitation. Great Uva Zavani. Okay. And the Great Uva Savani would... So, okay, we're starting to form a tight little knot here. So they've entered into a trade union. Okay, I'm starting to feel that maybe I need to push for founding a federation. And then slowly work my way up to being the Senate. I think this is a good idea. I see absolutely no reason not to do this.